Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a brand new video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amelia. I upload all kinds of book content, and if you're not new here, then welcome back. If you haven't gathered by the title, it is another month, and it is another monthly wrap up. And TBR, how are we about to join? How are we about to go into July? Can someone tell me? It's our June reading wrap up, and it's been a good reading month. So I'm going to try not to yap for too long for this video because I know I can. So let's just get on with our books we've read for June, and then we'll get on to our July TBR. So for June, we read 8 books. Can I just say, can we just have a round of applause that we've read 8 books in June? What the actual hell? I'm currently reading my 9th. It is the 21st when I'm filming this. However, I go away for a week, so basically to the end of the month. So I know that by the time the end of the month comes, I'm probably not even going to finish a book, because the book I'm currently reading is 500 pages on Kindle, and I'm going to be reading it while I'm away, but not like when I'm actually out and about, just in the evenings and on the Eurostar there and back. So I'm not really going to have the time to be like reading enough to finish a book whilst I'm away, and that is fine. But I have 8 books that I've read this month, and I am so shocked that I've read 8 books. Part of it is because I did do a 24-hour readathon that will be up by the time you see this video. I know, very shocking that I actually get a video up. I filmed this 2 weeks ago and it's surprisingly up beforehand. We read 8 books. Let's just start talking about the books that I read. The first book I read in the month of June. Technically, was it? When did June hit? Technically I started it at the end of May. I started it on holiday as my plan. This was my holiday read. I read like 50% of it on holiday, and then I read the rest of it when I got back, and we were in June. So I finished it this month. So yeah, it was Rewind It Back by Miss Liz Tomford. Queen. I love this book. This book follows Hallie and Rio, and this is the final book in the Windy City series. So if you've followed my journey, I think I read all of the books for a video, which is most of my books to be fair. And I thoroughly enjoyed this book. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I just loved it. It was a second chance romance. It was childhood friends to lovers to enemies, I guess, to lovers. I just loved everything about it. I loved everything about it. I gave it 5 stars. It was a perfect way to round up the Windy City series, and I just loved everything about it, and it just felt so fun and also so sweet, and just I have no words. I don't even know how to word it, but absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. I miss this series. I miss this fan family so much already. I just loved it. So the whole series is a 5-star series for me. My order, if I'm going to give you my order, it would go The Right Move, Rewind It Back, Play Along, Caught Up, Mile High. I gave The Right Move in this one 5 stars, and I'm pretty sure I gave Play Along and Caught Up like 4.75, 4.5 stars, and I think I gave Mile High like 4.25 stars, I can't remember. But I loved it. Loved this book, loved the series. Take me back, please. Then I did a 24-hour readathon. Why I put my Kindle all the way over there? I don't know. Then I started... Did I? Oh yeah, I did. Because I started a different book before that, but I didn't finish it until after the 24-hour readathon, so we'll get to that when I get to it. I then did a 24 hours of reading, which you would have seen, and I read... First book of that video I read, I'm going to hold it this way. You can't see it, I'll try and put my picture here. I read Cross the Line by Simone Sultani. Absolutely loved that book. Absolutely loved it. When I say I loved it, like it's not like a 5-star, 4-star read. I think it was like 3.5 stars. But I could check. Why am I not checking? I got this up specifically to see it for this reason. So I gave Cross the Line 3 stars. So this book follows Willow and Dev. It is an F1 romance, and for me, Formula 1 has become something I've really enjoyed this year. I started watching it this year, and I've been really enjoying it as time's gone by, and to the point where now I actually am obsessed. And I am watching Drive to Survive, very, very slowly I might say, but I am watching Drive to Survive, and I just love the F1, so reading this book felt much better now that I'm into F1 than it was before Christmas when I was reading it. I said it in the vlog, and I think I was talking about it before Christmas as well. I definitely think at the time when I was reading it before Christmas, I was very much getting into a slump. So I think it didn't help. I think I had a lot of stuff happen to me. A lot of stuff happen at the end of the year that definitely affected what I wanted to read, and I just didn't want to read it. And I think that was me. So I was kind of come up with any excuse to not read the book, so I would say I didn't like it. So I unhauled the book and was like, DNF, la da da da. And if I look back at my book journal, it says DNF, but I would try and read it again at some point. I decided for the 24 hours of reading, I'm going to pick it up. And I was pleasantly surprised. I started reading and I remember being like, oh, I'm not sure. And then I got into it and I was like, actually, you know what? I am sure. I'm enjoying this. And I'm so glad I gave it a second chance, because sometimes you just need that. Some books when you DNF, sometimes they are actually a soft DNF. Sometimes you need to give them a second chance, try again, and see where you go. And I loved it. I gave it a 3-star. It was a solid 3-star. It was a very good read, a very easy, breezy romance, and I loved it. I then read The Silent Patient. I'm not a thriller girl. Anyone who knows me knows I'm not. However, this was the book for my book club pick of the month. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to read it, because it's an in-person book club. It's not a online book club, it's an in-person book club. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to read it. I'm going to give it a try, because we were meant to meet, but we just didn't get a chance to. I don't know how to describe it, but this book follows Alicia Berenson, who is now in a psych ward, I guess. I think it's a psych ward. I'm going to guess it is. And she is basically silent. So she's silent after she shot her husband in the head 5 times. That's what it says in the back. It's not a spoiler. And you meet her, and you meet, oh, what is his name? Theo. There's a guy called Theo Farber. And you meet him, and he becomes to be her doctor. And the whole book, you're trying to wonder why he's so adamant about being her therapist, basically. Why is he trying his hardest to be her therapist? You find out through the books with lots of twists, and I think it was good. The plot twists were good, and the storyline, like the actual idea of the story was great. My words for this is, I just think it was boring, a lot of it. A lot of the way it was written was boring. So when we did get the plot twist, I was like, great, but I don't actually care enough. But that could be just because I'm not a thriller girly. So I gave it 2.75. I did enjoy it, and it did kind of stick with me for a bit. But again, I did read it in my 24 hours of reading, specifically so I could just read it in one sitting. So then for the same video, I read The Love Wager by Lynn Painter. Oh my god. Why was this so good? This was just so good. I really, really enjoyed this book. I enjoyed everything about this book. The banter was so funny. This follows Jack and Hallie, and basically they have a one-night stand and then eventually decide to be friends, to try and be like everyone's like a scapegoat for when they go on dates, these are really bad dates. So then, and then eventually she meets someone, la-di-da-da. But it was just so funny. They end up becoming, because she basically needs a fake date for her ex-boyfriend's and sister's wedding, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it's someone she... Oh no, I don't think it's her ex-boyfriend's wedding. I think it's her sister's wedding, but her ex-boyfriend is going to be there. One of the two. I actually can't remember that specific detail. But for a wedding, she ends up bringing Jack along, and oh my god, the fake dating is not even it's not a big premise as you would think. It is like for at least the last half of the book or 30% of the book, but it's not the majority of it. I actually really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4-star. I just couldn't stop laughing, couldn't stop smiling, and yeah, so thank you Miss Ellen Catherine who gifted me this book. I won it in a giveaway. Thank you, because I just really, really enjoyed it. So. And it was short and sweet, so if you ever like doing a 24-hour readathon, I have tips for you. Tips for you what worked really well and what wonders for me last time. I read a cute romance, a thriller, another cute romance, and then about to read the next book up, but also a short book, so it helped. I then read, for that same video, for the final book, Twisted by Emily McIntyre. Now, This is what I mean. This is a dark romance. Read a different kind of genre. If you want to stick to romance, try a different type of romance, because it'll help you get out of, like, not be like, oh, it's a romance. That's my tips anyway. Not saying I'll follow it every time, because I don't know if I want to read another thriller, but maybe I will. Who knows? However, Twisted by Amy McIntyre, I never thought I would actually get back into this series, ever. Because I read Wretched, like, 2023, and did not like that book at all. I was like, no. So then last year, I was like, I'm unhauling this book, the rest of the series I had this and Crossed. At this point, Hex hadn't come out. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to unhaul the rest of the series because I'm just not wanting to pick it back up. So I sold Crossed on Vinted. This one hadn't sold, and so I saw it in the corner of my eye and was like, you know what, it's on Kindle Unlimited. Why not? Like, it's different. I don't know what else I want to read. Right now, this is what's drawing me. Oh my god, loved it. I think these are perfect books for 24 hours of reading because they're just so bingeable. Because I read this quicker than the time it should have taken me to read because I was just hooked. I did not move for about 2 hours whilst I was reading it. I just stayed in one spot. So, yeah. This, if you're not aware, this is the fourth book of the Never After series. They're kind of like spin-off books of the Disney films. Let's say spin-off. They're like, they're remakes of Disney films, but like they have their own little spin on it where you're rooting for the villain rather than the hero. So in this book, you're following Jafar, and you're rooting for him and Yasmin, who is Princess Jasmine, instead of Jasmine and Aladdin. And oh my god, loved it. 4 stars. It was so good, easily bingeable. Yeah. Then I did a video that is coming your way very shortly, I think next week, after you've watched this video. Is I reread 2 of my 5-star reads, and I cannot tell you, I loved them. I reread Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. This is the second book in the Dreamland Billionaire series. One of my favourite books. I loved it. I forgot how much I loved it. I forgot what happened in a lot of it, but I was so happy I reread it. Honestly, so good. This is Iris and Declan's story, and this is a marriage of convenience. They're not really in love at all when they get married. They're not in love. She is his personal assistant, and she just goes, you know what, I know you well enough, I'll marry you because you're turning everyone away. And he needs to get married and have a child for his inheritance. So, but yeah, I still claim bias. This is still a 5-star read for me. I loved everything about it. So happy I reread it. And then I read Heartless by Elsie Silver. I reread this book and oh my god, I forgot how much I loved it. I genuinely forgot why I made this one of my 6-star reads. Because I was like, surely could not be anything special in a romance book. Like, it's a romance book. Tell me what Miss Elsie Silver puts in a romance book that makes it feel like it's got something in it. Because honestly, I loved this book so much. I forgot how much I loved Willow and Cade's story and Luke, and if I think about it, I just forgot how much I loved this book and everything about it. So yeah, can I articulate words? Probably not, but I'm giving this a 5-star read. 5 stars again because it was just so good. So yeah, and then finally the other book I've read, which is coming for a video at some point, I think this month in July. I'm reading Kindle books for a week again. And the first book I read for this was Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. I'm not going to talk too much about it because it is for that video that's not out yet, and I'm going to try my hardest not to give too much of my thoughts away. But I read it for that video. I really, really enjoyed it. I loved everything about it. And you follow a girl called Georgia, and she lives in London, but she's from North Carolina, I think it is. Memories does not serve me very well, and she's from a very Christian family, and things happen and she gets sent away from home because, as a teenager to London because of something that happened, and it's very toxic. It's everything you'd expect from Jessa Hastings, but oh my god, it was so good. So good, honestly. I gave it a 4.5 stars. It wasn't a 5-star feeling for me, but it was close enough. So 4.5 I thought was a pretty good rating. So you're gonna have to watch that video to find out specifically what I thought on it, because all my thoughts go through that vlog. So get ready to watch that vlog. But that is everything I read in June. I am currently reading Power Play. I do hope to finish in June, but I'm literally 3 chapters in at the moment. so I can't even tell you what I think of it because, no. But we are now going to move on to my TBR. I have like a slight apology to make that I can't, because my room is such a mess. Like over here kind of looks okay, you have to hit them, but over there, where my books are, no. We're not talking about it. My suitcase is there, all my bikinis from my last holiday are like in a bag there. I need to figure out where the hell, because I'm waiting till I come back from holiday, so then packed them in my suitcase, and then put them up on my bookshelf, my wardrobe, so I can't do what I would usually do, which is where I pick the books whilst I'm with you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I'm going to do for my TBR, how to choose my TBR, and then once I've chosen using those prompts to choose them, I'll go over and get them. So, without further ado, if you haven't been watching my monthly TBRs and stuff, I have been trying to change it up slightly this year, a little bit each month, with how I do my TBRs, because I want it to be different. Not all the time, but a little bit more like interesting because they're different. Does that make sense? So I have chosen to use ChatGPT again, but I'm going to ask it to choose a random colour 6 times, and then I'll choose a book for those 6 colours. I'll choose 6 books based on those colours, basically, and I'll go away, choose them, and come back and show you. Okay, I know it might sound a little bit like cheating, but so I'm going to get ChatGPT up, I'm going to screen record, and we're going to ask it for 6 colours. So we're going to do it 6 times so it makes more fun. Go away. Okay. Hi, ChatGPT. I am choosing my monthly TBR and would like your help. Please choose a random colour for me. Hi, I'd love to help with your TBR. Sounds like a fun way to choose. Your random colour is teal. Okay, I'm going to stop that screen, share that. Then we're going to ask for another one. And teal is like blue, right? I will Google it after this to double check myself. Here's another random colour for you. Burnt orange. Oh, I actually have options. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do the third one. This is actually kind of fun. Actually, I'm not going to lie to you. This is actually kind of fun. Lavender. One of my favourite colours. Okay. Okay, I can take that. Another colour. Forest green is our 4th colour. Is it 4th? Yes, I had to scroll up to double check. Forest green, we've got 2 more. What colours are they going to give me? The good thing about this is if you do a spin wheel, it can give you the same colour like 4 times. This is giving me different colours each time, which is great. Another? Sure thing, and it's charcoal grey. Oh. Oh, interesting. Interesting. And finally, one more. One more. Sunflower yellow. That sounds fitting considering we're in summer. Okay. I'm going to stop screen recording. And I'm going to go find these books. And then I'll come back and show you. Okay, I think this might be the quickest way I have found a TBR. Okay? Might be the quickest. So you know time has passed. To me a lot has. No, I'm joking. 5 minutes has probably passed for me. And I'm not going to go in order of what's on there. I'm going in the opposite order. Because that's what's up here. Because I went in the start order. So the book for Sunflower Yellow is going to be Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez. The only other one I had I think could have probably worked was a photo finish, but I haven't even read Off to the Races, so I'm not going to put a second book in a series on my TBR when I haven't started the first one. So Life's Too Short by Amelia Jimenez. I'm just putting this off because, not because I think I'm scared, but because I don't want to have no Amelia Jimenez book until the next one comes out, because I love her writing and I just don't think I'm ready to have none on my TBR. So hence the reason I've been putting this one off. But Life's Too Short is the first one and I'm intrigued to get to it. I've heard so many good things about this book and it's in the same like timeline, not timeline, but like series as the Friend Zone and the Happy Ever After place. I want Surrey, go away. So yeah. Then for charcoal grey, this might be a little bit of a stretch because there was another colour on it, but I felt like there was one that probably could have worked and I could have put it on here, but I was like, I need to get this one more than that one. So I picked up Air on Fire. Now, the reason I did was because I feel like the trees on this are like are more charcoal grey than the grey around here. There's a lot of grey on it with a little bit of orange, so I felt like this was probably the best one to choose because I need to continue this series like so bad and I keep wanting to start it. I just need to be in the right mindset at the right time, and yeah. Then for Forest Green, there was a couple on my TBR that I could have probably picked more close to it, but this one felt right because it's very, very Forest Green, I think, in my mind. A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid. I've never read anything by this author. It seems very different to what, maybe not very different, but it's not something I genuinely would have gone to the bookshop to buy. However, my friend was giving away some of her like special edition books that she didn't want. She already had like another copy of this, so she was like, there's no point having them too. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. I've heard people talk about it. So this is very green. If you couldn't say it's not forest green, I don't know what you're talking about, but... And I'm pretty sure the actual book itself... Oh, it's not, it's black. Lol. Wrong. However, inside, green. And the sprayed edges, green. So I felt like this is very fitting for the forest green. So Study in Drowning by Ava Reid. And then for Lavender, to be fair, it was this or the Striker I think that was going to get picked up. But I went for not that. We read that book. That's really funny if I keep that in. Daydream by Hannah Grace. Because first of all, I need to get to it. Because it's the third book in the something Maple Hills series. And also it is very lavender, and also she's giving lavender vibes. Like the whole thing is giving lavender vibes, even if it's not coloured lavender, but it is lavender. And I just really want to get to Henry's book, like ASAP. And then for Burnt Orange, now this I think might be a little bit not risky, but out there, but I might be wrong. But I think we can go with it is Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Stone for Burnt Orange, because look at the orange, it feels like it's burnt, and like on the back. And like, I really want to get to this book. I literally loved Ready or Not. It was like one of my favourite books last year. I really enjoyed it. So I really want to get to another one of her books, and so I'm excited to read. Hopefully we'll get to it in July. Who knows? And then finally for Till, this was a bit difficult because I didn't really have anything that's Till on my book, my TBR. And I could have gone on and I'm going to ask for another colour. No. I kind of went with what the description of Till is and picked up a book that has been on my TBR since 2020. Either 2020 or 2021, but I think it's been 2020. The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. My friend who I do shows with, oh my god, why is it windy now outside? When I was walking home, there was no wind in the slightest, and now it's windy. Sorry, that's really off topic. My friend who I do shows with has told me how good Beth O'Leary's books are, how much she loves them. I haven't read a book by her yet, and I need to read this book, like, soon. So, I think I'm gonna start this book very soon. Hopefully, but it is on my July TBR, so I hope we'll try and get it off. But that, my friends, is my monthly wrap-up and my July TBR. So, I do hope you enjoyed this video. It is a little bit all over the place, and I do apologise. But I do hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, please comment down below, please subscribe, and I will see you again very soon with another video.